You know when you got your phone face down on the table and you're in your kitchen and you're talking to your friend about, I don't know, shoe deodorizers. Computer, and what pops up? A shoe deodorizing ad. And then you get an email.
We all had that experience at least once.
Street and shoe deodorizing.
But the show makes stuff up about me. It makes me look worse than I really am. So, defamation.
Paragraph 12, there's something about creating characters and dialogue for dramatic purposes.
That's what I said. You're fact.
I agree. My advice is to try and ignore it.
Ow!
What kind of advice is that?
It's the only kind I got.
Hi guys!
It's a premiere of the episode that you're gonna watch tonight.
I can't get hard.
Sure you can. Hey, can I do that horrible thing you love?
Me?
This is so public.
What do you mean?
This is gonna be a public show. I'm gonna be the guy who can't get it for Selma Hayek. Hey, look, when I said that I wanted to get back together with you,
When you basically begged me to get back together with you.
I didn't agree to be a public figure.
He's such an asshole. I said it first.
I always said you gotta read the terms and conditions.
Salma Hayek, is she gonna accept to be that? Associated to that?
Anyone knows you reasons why these two may not be wed. Let him speak now.
Merry Christmas!
I think that you're trying to ruin their show, but in fact you're giving them the best thing ever.
So funny.
Someone going wild, you know, and going crazy. But yes, maybe Salma Hayek. No, maybe she's gonna love that.
Disgusting. Thank you.
Living my wife's nightmares. I thought I'd see myself defecating in a church.
Okay, you don't appreciate it.
So this character, whose face do they have? Do they have your face or my face?
Your face.
So then whose anus is doing the shitting?
Selma Hayek's anus?
Bingo.
Page 39, paragraph 8.
Paragraph 8 can suck my dick. I don't even know what it says anyway.
Your image rights agreement with Streamberg.
It was some terms and conditions also.
Joan may exhibit up to, including, and beyond defecation.
Beyond defecation?
They put that into it.
I am a dyslexic, talented actress with questionable English. I pay you to protect me. Then I guess I'm just gonna have to settle for a huge lawsuit against him.
There is no legal basis. There's no way we can sue these guys.
And I'm gonna sue you. Take your paragraph 8 and shove it up your ass, and I hope that you get paper cuts in your hemorrhoids and die.
I understand if you're mad.
Oh, do you?
Please don't kill me, Selma.
You're lucky I'm a humanitarian. Must you be so disgusting?
I mean, the last few days have been pretty rough.
Rough enough to take a dump in the house of God? If you don't have any self-respect, that's your thing. But to disrespect the church, to disrespect my image.
That was the
I
point.
don't want to be associated with you.
That was the
Well, I
point.
don't want to be associated with me either. I lose my fiance, I lose my job, they put my entire existence out there for everyone to watch, and you signed up to be the face of it. I'm sorry that I shat in a church.
Oh,
Okay.
shit chat.
But I was.
I didn't know that it was an
an
irregular verb. I'm sorry.
This is the bad guy. Mona Giovanni.
Giovanni.
Whenever. And the whole strawberry machine. I'm gonna go and take That computer.
That's such a big discussion, and even more during the last weeks and months.
You know? Her office is all the way at the top. Can't crawl on the side of the building.
You need to do it today, you know, because they're all gonna learn that today's episode, you know, your plan.
You can. Because you're Selma fucking Hayek.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're right. Yeah. I am Selma fucking.
Hello, Miss Hyatt.
I have an appointment with Mona Javadi.
Of course. Let me just... It should be in the system. Please do.
Excuse me, is there a restroom I can use?
Of course. Right over there.
I'm afraid that's too public. Every time people see me go into one of those, all they can think about is hot birria coming out of my bottom.
Of course.
What are you wearing?
It's a disguise.
Take it off, they're gonna think you're kidnapped.
Okay.
That is made by this, the computer, which is actually just down that corridor on the left.
Let's go!
What's so special about her?
Absolutely nothing. We were looking for a totally average, nobody person, just to test the system. The aim here is to launch unique, tailored content to each individual in our database, all 800 million of them.
And they're all
most
awful.
relatable content.
That's the thing.
Actually, there's one for you. I couldn't resist. Yeah. This is actually real. It will be going to stream from Friday.
Why awful? Why is it all so negative?
Uh-huh. People are just interested by that.
What we found instead was when we focused on their more weak or selfish or craven moments, it confirmed their innermost fears.
There it is.
Holy Christ! I know it's allowed in here! I'm calling security!
It's you!
I will break your arm. Don't think I won't, because I will.
You can do that?
Yes, Miss Hayek.
What's that?
Joan is awful. Because that's the variant of Joan is awful that the Joan below you sees when she watches the show.
What? The Joan below me.
That's Source Joan.
We need a code for this, Joan.
Wait,
What?
Source Joan?
Yeah, you're just a Joan. There. Look familiar? Schitt's Creek? No? Right show. You're playing an adaptation of Joan. Source Joan watches the TV show Joan is Awful. She sees you playing her. That show is the fictive level we're on right now. Here.
The fictive level?
You're in a show right now.
I'm in a show right now?
Yes, and we're watching it.
Have you seen where you live? Who can afford a place like that?
Come on. Just kill that computer.
Okay, just wait a second.
It's coming. Do it.
Okay, you destroy that. You destroy everybody inside every fictive universe about this one.
All of you, meaning all of you, you're destroying yourself.
The reality we're in will cease to exist.
Mm-hmm.
Would I die?
Instantly.
What the fuck?
Not die, disappear.
Now.
I can't. Because the fact that I'm standing here right now means that Source Joan already stood here in reality. It's not my decision. It's Joan's.
Okay.
It's happening right.
Oh yes, so it was truly happening to the real one.
I think we're done.
For real? You know, it's Black Mirror, I'm expecting.
Yeah, I mean, my job is more or less corporate, but I'm my own boss. I treat my staff well. I'm actually proud of what I do. It's good to hear. Yeah, thanks.
So
It's
maybe
great.
now.
Yeah, like the main character in my own life. Yeah, I think I do.
Cool.
And you don't feel
Yeah, it's not good.
You have your coffee shop.
Hi, Joan.
Nah.
Hi, Abby. How you doing? Good. Usual? The usual, please. I missed you. How are you? I'm good.
More than 2 minutes of credits, it seems. I knew it. Why showing us that? was such a good episode. It felt, you know, like it lasted for 20 minutes. It was a 1 hour episode and I didn't feel it at all. It was so great, you know, and with so many actions into it and with so many reveals, you know, like steps and stuff like that. It was so great. And it's really, you know, about a lot of different subjects. It's great. You know, normally I'm thinking about the past episodes of Black Mirror. Normally we are exploring one big technology subject and around that, you know, a lot of subjects, society subjects, psychological subjects, you know, like we're going deeper with that. But right there, we are exploring really a lot of stuff. I'm thinking for sure about the terms and conditions that we are not reading, let's be honest. They are so long, no one is reading them, and it's so bad, you know, what you can accept just like that, just because you want to download that app or to open that website. And you know, that was a good thing about it, but what is mostly important and interesting about it is the fact that through that, you know, accepting, you know, blindly these conditions, we are seeing that we agree to stuff that in fact we don't agree at all with, like, for example, some websites using our informations and sometimes more than that. I don't know if it's still the case, but I know that some years ago, Facebook, for example, if your account was not private, was okay, you know, to take some of your pictures to use for some ads and stuff like that. I can't remember really how it was functioning, but I know that some years ago we had something like that going on. So they can use that kind of things, you know, your pictures and stuff like that. And no matter what, you know that everyone who has access to your pictures can use them, because, you know, when something is happening to someone, you know, because something big is happening, a drama, something, you know, into real life and all, newspapers and all of that, they're just gonna visit your social media and they're gonna take the picture from it because it's into the public place, you know, in fact, that you put them. So that was an interesting question, you know, the terms and conditions, what we accept, you know, when we are entering into these websites and also these applications, but also these images and this stuff that we are putting out there and that they can use. We had another thing about, you know, our phones and stuff like that, listening to us and using also what we are doing into private life, you know, to put ads and stuff like that. And yes, you know, the fact that they are listening to us and they know everything about us, not only the informations that we are putting online, not only the pictures that we are putting online and that they can use, but also everything about our private lives, you know, that they can listen to and that they can use also. For now, it's to serve you, to offer us, you know, some ads, but at some point it can be worse. So see, it's another discussion. All of these things, you know, about the IA, you know, the CGI, I mean, all of the deepfake stuff, it's also an interesting subject. I mean, for the cinema, you know, for the future movies and shows, that's also interesting because of the fact that, yes, these actresses and actors, they're gonna allow people to use their images, but what are gonna be the conditions of it? Are they gonna be okay with it all along, you know? How far can it go? That's also an interesting subject. And for sure we have all of the other subjects, you know, which are society subjects, you know, psychological things about really, do you want your life to be adapted on screen, you know? Like, it's a game that sometimes you can play with your friends, like, if your life would be adapted on a television show, on a movie, would you love to watch it? And with who? Would you be okay to watch it with your friends? Or just for your friends to watch it on their own? Would you be okay to watch it with your family, you know? You and your family into the same room? Your mother, your father, would you love for them to watch your real life? I'm not, just saying about someone adapting your life, in a dramatic way with big actors and actresses, and you can imagine the casting who would take, your place and stuff like that. I'm really thinking just about your life. Someone is filming your life, in your regular day. Would you be okay to watch your own life with your family and friends into the same room, or just for them to watch it on their own? I'm not so sure. And it's another subject that is bringing, a society subject that is bringing, because in our days we are considering that we are putting almost all of our lives on social medias and all, just so you know it, except for these reaction videos. This channel, which is showing a lot of me on my personal social medias. I think that the last picture, the last thing that I posted, it was 3 months ago, something like that. Like really, I don't put anything. I had a time, when I was younger and I was putting a lot on it. But I think that, yes, the last picture that I put, it was 3 months ago, and it was about my hair. So really... But still, a lot of people are really showing all of their lives on their social medias, but in fact, it's not their real life, and I'm not sure that they would be okay for everyone to see their real life, That thing, I think that it's also a good subject that they put into this episode. And okay, right there, it was more drama, the adaptation of her life. But at the end, it was still the same facts, the same basic stuff. And would you be proud of yourself? Would you be mad at yourself? Would you be disgusted by yourself? That thing, is taking as a condition that they are showing only, your bad side. So because of that, you're gonna go worse and worse. I don't know. I think that I would go depressed. First, my life would be boring as hell, and I think that watching my life being so boring, I would go depressed. But we had another message, another subject about the fact that she didn't feel like she was a character of her own life, and that by watching her own life, adapted like that on screen, she realized that and how bad it was, and at the end she's taking control of her own life and she's doing all of what she wants. But I think that at the basic stuff of it, it was something that she could have realized by herself. She was with someone that she didn't love and that she didn't respect that much, at least for who he was. He was someone good, but he was not just someone for her. She was into a job that she was not totally okay with because she was not doing things like she would want to, and she was dreaming of another job, and she didn't feel like she was in control of her own life. So you don't need, to watch your life like that on a screen to realize that. Therapy sessions can help, because into therapy sessions you are talking about your life. So you can realize stuff about your life by talking about it and by just noticing stuff when you are saying stuff about your own life. It's maybe, a less dramatic way if you want, to make the same job than Joan into your life. If you don't feel that you have the control of your life, just go on therapy sessions and it's gonna be okay, like you're gonna do the same job. It's gonna take more time, but it's gonna be less painful, and no one is gonna know about it. It's just you and the therapist. I had other things that I wanted to say about this episode, about the subjects and the messages that they put into it, but we had so many of them that I forgot. That conclusion, about the fact that she's not the original Joan, the source Joan, that was an interesting idea. They lost me a minute because I thought that because of that they based their stuff on that original Joan for the beginning, and then they just made this Joan level 1 explode, stuff through that and stuff like that. I didn't understand that they were really copying everything about her. So that's why at the end, you know, when Joan, Joan from level 1, she had that thought about, in fact, Joan from, you know, the level below the real one, she's already doing it. I was not buying it fully. And even at the end, I was not buying fully that we were okay with that, because, you know, it's Black Mirror. I wouldn't have been surprised if, in fact, she was, you know, the real Joan from level 1 and stuff like that. Because, you know, people, they would love to have a show like that. And for sure, a positive show, just something being all positive, they're not fan of it. But we love also redemption stories. So maybe we could watch a show about the real Joan for a longer time. That was cool! That was Black Mirror, you know, like really I didn't feel the 1 hour that we spent with this episode, and that was so cool. All of what we add into it, all of these subjects and all. But you know, for Black Mirror, that was a comedy episode. Okay, we had some deep stuff into it, but not that deep, you know, and it was not dark, it was not, you know, like really emotional and stuff like that. So, no, for Black Mirror, that was a comedy episode that was cool. I'm not so sure that all of the episodes of this season are gonna be like that. We had some really emotional episodes with Black Mirror, so I'm like, okay, so it's gonna come later. Cool, that was really a good episode right there. If you saw another subject, you know, another message that they put into this episode, tell me that. I'm interested by it, and tell me what did you think about this episode. So cool. I'm gonna watch the rest of the episodes. For you, it's gonna be in other videos, in other days. If you are watching this on YouTube, you can already have my reactions and thoughts about the episode 2 on my Patreon, if you want. And that's it. It's all for you for today, and it's all for me for now. So bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine?
Great.